Welcome to the Festival of Storytellers.
I can't tell you how excited I am to be on right now. It's been a couple of weeks of excitement, getting prepared, and I've done a lot of things in my life, but this has got to be close to the top.
Thank you, Reader's Magnet, and thank you, John, for putting this forth and taking the chance on us authors in presenting this out to the world.
I've enjoyed this immensely, Joanne.
Ellie, so have I. Thank you for who you are, and thank you, Reader's Magnet. You all are beautiful, and you've worked so very hard, and we are blessed.
We are.
I thank everybody that's involved with this process, because we know writers need readers and writers need publishers. We thank Reader's Magnet and everybody that's involved. I love Reader's Magnet. They say, we share your stories with the world.
Hi, everybody. Hi, my name is Lynda Daniele, and I'm here with Reader's Magnet, and I'm so happy to be here. I've kind of been waiting all year since last year. This is my third time being with the Reader's Magnet Storytellers Festival, and it's been so much fun, and I've had a great time getting to know some of the other authors. We've become very friendly, and we've shared ideas, and it's just been really, really fun to be able to do that. And I want to thank Reader's Magnet for having this platform for the authors. That is highly unusual. Usually, it might be the publisher themselves or whatever, but and booksellers, but this is a little unusual because it's the actual authors that are being presented. So, and it has been really fun. So this is the second day of our festival, and I thought what I would do is talk a little bit about the artwork in some of my books. And what I did was I wrote over the course of the last few years two little books. One is Grandpa Nick's Bump, and the caricature there is of my husband, and he always had a pencil in his ear. Okay, and the other one that I've this only came out last year, is Grandpa Nick the Conductor, about my husband and my son, who are trolley operators at a local museum, trolley museum in my area. And we had a lot of fun reminiscing, my son and I and family, reminiscing to be able to put these books together. I had mentioned yesterday, if any of you were there, that this story, Grandpa Nick's Bump, is about my husband and the four little children across the street from us who came over one day when they realized that they didn't have a grandfather, and they asked my husband Nick to be their grandfather, and of course he said yes. And unfortunately, 4 months or so later, he had passed away. But this is that story of the silly time and everything, and that they had, and also, that he did pass away, and it was a hard thing for him and for the children and for all of us at that time. Well, I thought what I would do is talk about the artwork a little bit and just say, like on this picture here, this particular book was first done with I got to get this right. First done with Christian Faith Publishing, but I am republishing it with Reader's Magnet. And so here's this little picture. And then what I did was I asked the children, who two of them are now in college and the other two are in high school. I asked the children to draw pictures for me. And I made like a blank book for each of the four children. And they were little, for each of the four children. And they came up with drawings for the story. And so just to give you a little idea here, I've got it to the side. Here is the picture that Christian Faith Publishing did. But they worked from the children's drawing, and this is the drawing that one of the children did for the same thing. And that's little Joseph going in the trash can. I hope I got this right. I can never get it. Joseph going in the trash can, and Grandpa Nick saying, "Ha ha ha, do you want to go in?" So I actually took those lines, and it does say, "Ha ha, do you want to go into the Joseph? Do you want to go in the clean?" It was a clean trash can, just so that you know that. So I took the children's drawings and gave them. I scanned them to the artists, and they came up with the drawings from the children's artwork. So that was kind of fun. A little chat from Sean Anderson. I loved the style of writing so much that I read it twice. Enjoyed the book at such a level. I bought it for a friend. Oh, thank you so much, Noelle. That's so nice. I'm glad that you like that. I'm glad that you like that. Oh, Sean, I'm glad you like that, Sean. That's the name of one of the children in the book. Only he spells his name Sean. So yes. So here's another one that I did on the Grandpa Nick's bump. And here's Grandpa Nick this way. Woo! There we go. Grandpa Nick is fixing Sean's tricycle. Well, again, the children did it first. And this is what the children drew. There's Grandpa Nick in his toolbox. And there's Sean with his tricycle. So that's pretty close. I scanned this picture, sent it to the artists, and then this is what they came up with, which is, it's pretty close to what Sean had done. And I can show you another little one here. This is where the character watching Margaret, she's called Watching Margaret because she watches everything, and she's an observer. She's the observer in the story. So here is they used to color, and they used to draw bridges and things like that, and then they had trains, because my husband just loved trains, anything mechanical. If it runs, it's fun. And this is what Margaret drew. She drew her trains and her bridges. So this is the different artwork that they had done. On this one, it makes it kind of fun. I see Jessica says, "Hi, Lynda. Was it cathartic writing the Grandpa Nick books?" Yes. It really, really, truly helped me. The first 3 years after my husband passed away, I was just totally miserable. And then I joined a writing class at our local YMCA here in my area. And they kind of said, write what you know, what you feel strongly about, that would help you to write. And I just started writing about Nick and this story that is true. All of this is true. The story of the children coming over and asking Nick to be grandfather. I just had to write it down. I had to do it, So, and here is Watching Margaret again, if I can get this right. Oh, I have such a hard time with this because it's backwards. That's where my dyslexia comes in. There's Grandpa Nick watching Margaret. Okay, and they're just playing. And this is what Margaret drew. Here they are. They're playing. And there's Grandpa Nick running around the tree. Okay. So I had given them a blank book, but I had written the words on each page, so they knew that the words were there. Okay. And then this is a funny one. Of course, they're all kind of silly, but this I love. Here's Sean again. Whoops. Here's Sean. There he is. And he's made a mess, which Sean did that when he was little. He's now in 10th grade in high school. But this is what the children drew. And here's Sean drawing with markers on the walls and spilling milk. Okay. So that's what the children drew. And this is what the artists drew. And then on the next page, we have Grandpa Nick's they're telling jokes. And Emma, who is the listener because she listened to everything, she falls off the couch because she's laughing so hard at Grandpa Nick's jokes because he was really silly. And this is what Emma, the real person, Emma, who's now in college, that's what she drew. So again, I scanned these and I had them go to the artists, and this is what the artists came up with. So I think they did a great job. This next one is where they start to realize that my husband had a big, huge tumor, which that was the bump. That was the bump. So, oh, Leanne, thank you. With this book, Grandpa Nick will live forever. Yeah, this way, my family and friends, hopefully they won't forget, which is one of the reasons that I wanted to write it. So this one is where they see that Grandpa Nick has a big bump, and they're wondering what the bump is. And you can see in the picture above what they're thinking about. Okay. Well, I love this picture. This was the original, if I can get it here for you. This was the original picture that the children drew. So there's Grandpa Nick's big bump. And they're asking questions like, why is that there? What's going on? How come he has a big bump? And this tumor that he had was ginormous. It was just huge. So that's what they came up with. So really the children were the ones that did the artwork. You know what I mean? And then the professional artists drew from what they did. Here's another one. I'll show you the children's one first. Here's the children's picture of drawing some cards for Grandpa Nick. And I love that they have their arms around the cards because they love Grandpa Nick. Oh, there's a little chat here. What does it feel like knowing that your husband has been immortalized in your books? Well, it's very important to remember people. It's so easy in this crazy world, don't you think? It's easy in this crazy world to forget the important things. We can get sidetracked so easily on so many different things, whether it's watching television or a Game Boy or whatever it might be, we can get sidetracked so fast. But it's important to remember the people that we love. It really is. And that is one of the reasons that I wrote this little series of books. So this is what the artist did from, again, this picture. And I love this because you can see the little hands are wrapping around like a big heart. I just think the artwork that the kids did was just so cool. So this is what the artist came up with, Grandpa Nick praying. Okay. And this is what the children did. So you see those praying hands. Okay. And I think that everybody worked very well together to do this. And here is the bus going to Boston. Okay, because in Massachusetts, here in the United States, Boston is known for their many excellent, excellent hospitals. And when my husband was very ill, we went to Dana-Farber Cancer Institute and we went to Brigham and Women's, and both sets of doctors got together to help Nick. And so we really did take the bus to Boston. That was a real thing that we did. So, of course, they make the bus look like a school bus, right? Okay. Well, I think that might be the wrong page. Let me see here. This is the Boston bus. That's the Boston bus. Okay. And question, how has life been after writing such a lovely series of books? Pretty good. Pretty good. I'm very fortunate. I have my granddaughter and I have my children, and I have wonderful friends, and things are pretty good. Can't complain. Let's see. Okay, so here's the bus to Boston in the book. Okay. And it really is Route 90. Now, from where we live, it is definitely Route 90. I live about 2 miles west. I'm sorry, about 200 miles west of Boston. Okay, and here is the school bus dropping them off from school because Grandpa Nick had died, and that their parents there were waiting to see them and to tell them that Grandpa Nick had died. And I always say that we have one, in this book, there's one sad page. And in our lives, we have a sad page every once in a while. But most of the pages are good. Most of them are positive and joyful. Very important. So the crying picture came from this picture. Isn't that beautiful? And I was so happy. I was so happy that they could express themselves, because it helped the 4 children as well to be able to express themselves. Not just me, but it helped them as well. And one of the things in Scripture says that everybody has a castle in heaven. So here's the castle. Okay. And this is what the children drew. There's your rainbow. Okay, and it says, sorry for your loss, to Lynda. So it's like a little card to me, and rainbows. And I wanted to make sure that my granddaughters were over here. Whoops. My granddaughter's rainbow was here. I don't know what that one is. I have no idea, but she drew it, so I love it. I don't know if it's her or who it is. But this is the one that the artist did. And then for the last little page, we have Grandpa Nick. We have Grandpa Nick, Jesus, and we have God the Father holding the little Holy Spirit dove. And I didn't think of that idea. That wasn't me. That was the children. That's what they drew. Isn't it awesome that they would think like that? I just think it's spectacular. Let me just see. There's a couple little things here. Whoops. And here's like the last page where Joseph is coming out of the trash can. And here is that page. And you have the sun. and you have Joseph and Grandpa Nick. So Grandpa Nick's in heaven with the sunshine. Okay, there you go. So let's see. From Rebecca, was any of the events in the books inspired partly by something that happened in real life? Yes, the whole thing is true. This book is all true. The other book that I did is loosely based on truth. This one is loosely based on truth. Some of the things really did happen, but some of them I made up. I enhanced reality with this book. Grandpa Nick, the conductor. My son and my husband both were trolley operators at a local museum here, and that's in there. They have their little uniforms on. That's the three of us. And I think my son was around 16 or so when he was doing that. But this is a little bit of a mystery because something happens in the trolley barn. Here's the trolley barn. Okay. And if you have anything that you would like to type in the chat, feel free to do that. Okay. So there's a couple of little pictures here in this second book. Like here's Grandpa Nick on a rainbow, and he has a little kitty cat with him, and he's driving the trolley in heaven. It's a heavenly trolley. Okay, and the other thing is I'm just looking at the time. We only have like about, boy, this goes fast. Like I don't know, just a few minutes here. If you like I say, if you have anything that you would like to put in the chat, please do. Also, who knew Mrs. Daniele could rap? But I did a little rap song here. Okay, let's see if I can do it. Okay, I'm gonna try. All right, and this is called the Trolley Whistle Song. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. I am the conductor and we're going on a trip. I am the conductor and we're going on a trip. Woo, woo. Let's keep going on this beautiful day. The sun is shining and we're on our way. Woo, woo. It's time to stop and let folks off. Woo. Let's get going again. Let's get going. Do, do. Oh no, there's a bear on the tracks. Danger. Do, 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 do. He's okay. He's moving off the tracks. Do, do. We're going back to the station. Do, do. It's time to stop the trolley at our destination. Do. Hope you had a time that's jolly, riding with me on the heavenly trolley. Do, do. Ta-da. That's part of the conductor. And also really kind of quickly, I'm working on a third book, and it's going to be called The Adventures of Grandpa Nick and the Model A. And the Model A is an old-fashioned car. We have a 31 Model A Coupe, Ford Model A Coupe. And it's something like this car here, the one with this finger here. All right. And it's an old car. And this book will be, the only person talking in it will be the Model A car. And she's about 5 years old, kind of like my granddaughter's age. And I'll show you some of the artwork that I've done so far. Here's one about the characters that I'm going to give to the Reader's Magnet artists. They're wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So there's my mother-in-law, Louise, and there's the car who's going to talk. That's why the car has a mouth and eyes. And there's Grandpa Nick when he was young. Okay. And it's with flowers and everything. And I am going to keep, as I was talking yesterday, I am going to keep the little Holy Spirit dove going in this book as well. So there's Nellie the car. Her name is Nellie. And I wanted happy eyes. And she says, I'm the cat's meow. That's what they used to call cars, the cat's meow. And then this is another one where when we were driving one day, we met a homeless man, and my husband gave him a soda. So here's Nellie the car again. And there's my husband and myself and Anthony and this man. And he was very happy to have his soda. So it's all the adventures that happened in our family about our car, but I've got a long way to go on that. So if you have anything that you'd like to type in, please let me know. Let's see. I think that self-publishing is a little bit different than like if somebody like gave you an advance to write something, or if you were working for a newspaper or something like that. You do this when you want to do it, and it can be expensive. I'm not going to kid you on that. It can be expensive, but it's worth it, especially when you're starting out. If you can find a good self-publishing company that you can trust, and I obviously trust Reader's Magnet. So it is something that is fun, it's enjoyable, and I just love to write. And I also find that I don't want to watch the news and stuff. The news is terrible, so I write. I listen to music and I write. So if anybody would like to type something in the chat, I'm happy to answer any questions. I will be here tomorrow at 4:30 as well, on Wednesday, tomorrow, the 26th. I will not be here at 4:30 on the 27th. I will be here at 4:30 on the 28th of October. And then on Saturday, the 29th at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to be, I have the honor of being the author of the hour. I won't do a 4:30 broadcast that day. And then I will be back. I won't be here the 30th or the 31st of October, but I will be here November 1st through the 6th at 4:30. So I hope that you're all able to come and to listen to a little bit more about my stories, see some of the other artwork perhaps. And I'm hoping that the 4 children who are now big will be able to come and be part of these broadcasts. We're working on that as much as we can. So I just want to say thank you again to Reader's Magnet, and for this platform. It's a wonderful platform. And I hope that you're having a great evening, a great day, and that everything goes well. God bless you, and we'll see you tomorrow, 4:30, same place. Bye-bye.